Hi, McKenna. This is Linda. I have read your essay and I wanted to go over it with you. You look like you have it formatted well. I would probably add another space between your title and the body of your paper right here, just to make this double spaced. Okay. Excuse me. So let me kind of walk you through what I've done here. Anything that's highlighted in this reddish color is something that's probably either grammatically or maybe the word choice or vocabulary is a little bit off. Just, things to have you go back and relook at and see if you can figure out, what you can do to make that work better. And I'll talk to you about a few of those things. So you can see that there's not a lot in here, but as you scroll through it. The things that I've highlighted in green are the sentences that, as your reader, I am kind of piecing together to come up with the bigger meaning of your essay. Like, what's the message that you have for me as a reader? And these are the sentences that I feel are the most powerful in some way and are the most thoughtful in terms of theme and thesis. So I think it's nice that I see more of these towards the end of the essay, which is fairly typical of a literacy narrative or any kind of a narrative, because usually you start off, chronologically, or maybe you're doing a flashback and you kind of talk about your story and then you lead up to the lessons learned or the things that matter the most. I'm appreciative that you do hint at the importance of these memories that you have as integral to who you are. So, and you do that in the beginning of your essay. Excuse me. So I think that you have done a good job of giving me some visual imagery. I'm just going to highlight a few that I like. I think we'll just go ahead and do this with, this picture of your kitchen is just awesome. I love it. This image right here about pre-made meals from the refrigerated section in Costco, very easy to see. The description of your father is very nice. It might be nice to add a description of your mother, since you've included her in the narrative. I would suggest that having more of a description for her would be good, just to back up with what you've been doing. You also talk about what your father did, but what did your mother do? Maybe you could expand a little bit in this paragraph. So I think what I'm seeing here is that you're explaining to me or to the reader why you have all this time to look at cookbooks and to cook. It's because your parents are not around during the day. And was this summertime too? I can't remember. I guess I'm wondering, if you're home, if most of these memories happened at what time of the year, because if you would have been in school or if you were homeschooled, that would be good to know, because it's kind of unclear. I love that you bring in this idea that your favorite reading was cookbooks, and it might be nice to add some details in here. You've got some great verbs going on, like flipping through the pages, visualizing. I like, well, I guess those are the two verbs that are the most interesting. And I think that when you say right here, you were left to fill your days however you pleased, that would be maybe some explanation would be good here. Explain why a little bit. I think the thing that, if you have a growing edge in this essay, in between the paragraphs, they don't really connect. There's not a lot of transition. So, like, for example, I might combine these two paragraphs about your parents into one paragraph, and then if you were to add a topic sentence at the beginning of this paragraph. Let's see. Let's just add a topic sentence at the beginning of that paragraph. That kind of brings it all together. That relate to your bigger idea or your thesis. So, for example, what I would recommend here is maybe starting with this sentence here. I was left to explore the kitchen myself, and I had access to recipes of anything that I could dream of making. And then explain why. Just kind of flip it around. I'm not sure why we had so many cookbooks laying around. You kind of see how that works, like switching this up here. That becomes then your, this becomes your topic sentence. So I would recommend that you use this as the controlling idea rather than having it as the last sentence. So what I just did was, I'm not actually having you rewrite things, but I want you to look at the order that things are in. And, here you tell us your favorite pastime, and that's a nice topic sentence for this paragraph. And it's at the beginning of the paragraph, so that works really well. When you have these green sentences that are at the bottom of a paragraph, you might want to ask yourself, could I use that somewhere else? Could that come up as a topic sentence, like right here, right here? You have a tendency to have your sentences in the middle or at the end of the paragraphs. And I think that you can do a little bit of restructuring. That'll help you with transitions. That'll help tie your ideas back together to the big lesson. I really appreciate your essay. I appreciate the work that you put into it. And I look forward to reading your final draft. And just let me know if you have any further questions. Thanks so much.